You see that? You see that little cut? You see it? You see it? You see it? You see it. Okay, so we're in a sports bra. Okay, so chill out. But I wanted to start off this video just talking really quick. I'm actually just doing my brows. Not really doing them, but just kind of laying them in place. But I just wanted to talk about nutrition really quick. Nutrition is very important. And the problem with nutrition is that it's a broad general subject, right? It's so different for each individual, and it's so easy to get caught up into what, you know, these fitness gurus, influencers, whatever you want to call them, right? It is so easy to just get caught up in, you know, what they are saying. And at the end of the day, you have to figure out what is going to work for you, right? Because you have your overall, you know, counting your calories, right? You have your micronutrients, you have your macronutrients, and it just becomes a lot. And if you don't really fully understand it and you're wanting to like lose weight or whatever, you know, it's going to become very complex and very difficult, and you're just going to want to give up. Now, I will say, if you are not committed to changing habits, you're not going to see results. And this is just being straight up forward with you, being very honest. You can't say that you want to lose weight and every weekend you're drinking. You can't say, now let me better phrase this. If you are very active during the week, I mean, you are burning, let's just be exaggerated right now. Let's say you're burning like 1,000 calories a day and you're lifting weights, you know what I mean? Like you're doing so much activity throughout the week, 5 days a week, whatever, right? And then you go on the weekends and maybe you have a little sippy here and there. Cool, right? You may not see like a big difference in your body. But if you're someone who has a sit-down job, you're not really active, you're not really burning that much calories throughout the week because you're not active as much, don't expect to see these amazing transformation results if every weekend you are drinking. Okay? And I mean drinking alcohol. Did you ever turn the can around and see how many calories are in one can of beer? Right? Now, again, what I'm trying to say is, if you are wanting to see results, you can't do that. Only unless you're so physically highly, you know, activated during the week that 1 or 2 beers during the weekend won't affect you because of the amount of calories you burn throughout the week. Okay? I hope that you understand what I'm saying. So basically what I'm trying to say is you can't eat like shit and expect to see amazing results. Now, granted, everybody's body is different, right? There's probably some people out there that do eat like shit. But what I'm telling you is, from just knowledge that I have gained, I'm a real person telling you real life shit. Like, you know, I'm just being very honest with you. You have to kind of control your life and figure that out, okay? So just figure that out. Okay, so while I do my hair, I just wanted to briefly talk about why I decided to have oats today. So oats is one of the healthiest grains you could consume. Now, you have to be careful because oats have a lot of calories if you don't measure it, right? So that's why I used a half a cup of oats and a cup of milk, right? I typically just make my oats like that in the morning. Sometimes I make overnight oats. And again, you want to be very aware of what is it that you're putting in, because the more stuff you add, the more calories. Like, you have to keep that in mind. Everything that you put in to these oats, the calories start to add up. So you just want to be very mindful of that. Oats have a lot of vitamins and minerals and all that stuff. You can even add like a scoop of protein powder to them as well. Certain companies make protein specifically for oats, like PE Science. They have their protein for oats, so that's an option. And with doing so, you're getting that protein, so you're gonna feel full longer. I'm sorry I look a hot mess, you guys, but I just feel like I can't talk while doing my hair. Another thing I like about oats is the simple fact that if I eat it in the morning, it releases energy throughout the day. So let's say I eat it in the morning and I'm gonna work out a little bit later. It just helps me sustain that energy that's gonna help me work out later in the day. I'm not gonna crash during the day. So oats, honestly, is not something you wanna eat for dinner. Just being honest, like it's not gonna be beneficial to do that. So definitely just keep that in mind. Oats are something that could also lower your cholesterol. So, you know, again, that's something you want to keep in mind. The point of the matter is nutrition is very important. You guys need to understand that. I'm not a certified nutritionist. I'm not, you know, a doctor. But I'm telling you from my own experience, you need to be very conscious of what you're putting into your body, because again, it affects your health. It affects, you know, your fitness journey. Now, I'm not one to say, oh, I don't go ahead and I don't eat greasy food, because I love me some McDonald's. I love me some arroz con pernil. Like, you know, I love me my foods, right? But I'm more conscious and I'm more aware of how much I'm eating of that, how much I'm consuming, what it is that I'm putting into my mouth. Because at the end of the day, I personally have a goal that I want to meet. And I know that if I continue to eat like shit, I'm never going to get there. It's just, you know, my metabolism isn't the same way I was when I was a little girl. So, you know, I have to be very conscious of these things, as you should too. Diabetes is something that runs in my family. Many family members in my family have diabetes, and you know, eating oats can also help lower blood sugar levels, and I think that's very important, especially if you have diabetes or if you are overweight. That's very beneficial. And again, I am the type of person that I need to constantly switch up my breakfast, constantly switch up my lunch and my meals, my snacks, just because I get very tired. I don't like to cook, but I like the convenience of things, that it's easy. I don't like to overwhelm myself. So finding simple things like that really benefit me. And it doesn't always have to be processed or frozen, or just things that you could just, you know, throw in the microwave or the oven, you know. So I'm just trying new things and seeing what's easy and what's not. So some days I may have oats, some days I may have overnight oats, some days I may have protein waffles, you know, some blueberries, some bacon. I may have some sausage one day with eggs, toast, avocado toast, egg salad. I mean, I definitely, you know, switch it up a lot. So, you know, I'm thinking about doing like a video on like breakfast ideas in one, lunch ideas, snacks, dinner, just like dedicated like that, because I think that would be that would be very beneficial. But you know, I do switch it up because I don't like to get bored of something and then I never want to eat it again, because that has happened to me, and I'm really trying to steer away from that. I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Okay, so you see, this is dangerous because everybody else in my house is not like eating like me, right? But let me show you guys for a snack. I usually take this. So I usually take this, and this has 100 calories per bag, and they have the plain flavor, but I prefer the white cheddar. I just feel like it has a little bit more flavor for my liking. And this is the nutrition facts. So for a snack, I usually take this and drink some water along with it, or, you know, whatever your desire. Just, you know, you gotta keep in mind if you drink some juice or something like that with this. Just keep that in mind. I also like to make me my little Mori Soñando protein shake. So I have some orange juice here, almond milk, and this is the protein powder that I'm using right now. Sorry for the noise, you guys. So as I was saying, this is the protein powder I'm using right now. This is from PE Science, and this is the gourmet vanilla one. I'm obsessed with it. Absolutely love it. And the only reason I take this is because sometimes I'm not really good with taking my protein, and I like to take this, you know, after a workout or whatever, just to help rebuild my muscles, etc., etc. But yeah, if you really want to make sure you're hitting those protein numbers, I would highly recommend a protein shake, unless you're really good with that. And I mean, it just tastes so good. Okay, I'm kind of hungry, but not really. So I'm just gonna take some of this guacamole. I'm going to take one rice cake and some hot pepper flakes. And that's what I'm gonna eat with some water for lunch. And there we go. Super simple.